Distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, again, it is an honor to address you in Como to contribute to this important discussion on frontier technologies at a moment when the world is entering a new phase of technological change. We are no longer speaking only about digital transformation. In, I would say, the traditional sense, we are now witnessing the rise of technologies that are converging across domains. Artificial intelligence, robotics, advanced computing, data infrastructures, quantum technologies, biotechnology, advanced materials, and cyber-physical systems. Together, these frontier technologies are not only changing how we work and produce goods, they are changing the very foundations of competitiveness, security, resilience, and of course, prosperity. For Slovakia, this is both a challenge and hopefully the major opportunity. We are, as I said, and as you know, a small country, but we are not a small industrial economy. We are deeply embedded in a European value chains. We have strong engineering capabilities, a high degree of industrial specialization, and a growing innovation ecosystem that give us a real stake in the future of frontier technologies. It also gives us a responsibility to help shape the future rather than simply adapt to it. In December 2025, Slovakia presented its AI vision. That vision is not only about AI in the narrow sense. It is a foundation for a wider national innovation strategy, one that prepares our country for frontier technologies more broadly, and it should be done in a couple of weeks till the summer. Why is this important? Because frontier technologies do not emerge in isolation. They require a system, they require connectivity, data, standard, skills, and institutions that can adapt quickly. This is hard. They require regulatory clarity, they require capital, and they require a state that understands its role not only as a regulator, but as an enabler, a buyer, and often the first adopter. And this is hard as well. This is the direction Slovakia is pursuing. In our view, policy leadership in frontier technologies means more than announcing ambition. It means building the conditions under which ambition can become reality. This is why Slovakia is developing a regulatory framework aligned with the European AI Act, with clear institutional responsibilities, supervision mechanism, and regulatory sandboxes. That supports innovation without sacrificing trust. This matters not only for AI, but for the broader frontier technologies ecosystem. Predictability is essential if innovators are to invest, scale, and deploy. Regulation should not be a barrier to progress. It should be the architecture that makes progress sustainable. At European level, we have a real choice to make. We can either remain fragmented with excellent ideas that do not scale, or we can build a true ecosystem for innovation across the single market. Europe has extraordinary scientific talent, world-class industrial capacity, and a strong normative commitment to human-centric technology. But we must be honest, so often our problem is not invention, it is implementation. Too often we fail to move from, I would say, pilot deployment from research to market, from policy to execution. That is where countries like Slovakia can contribute meaningfully. We may not be the largest player in the room, but we can be agile. We can test practical solutions in real industrial and public sector environments. And we can help connect the dots between strategy and execution. This is especially relevant in the era of physical AI, which I consider one of the most promising frontier technology domains of the coming years. Physical AI represents the convergence of intelligence and the physical world. Robots, autonomous systems, smart factories, advanced logistics, industrial sensors, edge computing, and real-time control systems. It is the point where AI leaves the screen and enters production lines, hospitals, warehouses, transport systems, and of course, critical infrastructure. For Slovakia, this is not a distant vision. It is directly relevant to our industrial structure. Our economy has strong exposure to manufacturing and engineering. That means that the deployment of frontier technologies in Slovakia can have immediate real economic impact. Higher productivity, improved quality, reduced downtime, better energy efficiency, safer workplaces, and stronger resilience in supply chains. If we get this right, Slovakia can become a place where frontier technologies are not only discussed, but tested, validated, and scaled in practice. But frontier technologies are not only about efficiency, they are also about sovereignty and, of course, resilience. We are living in a world of increasing strategic competition. Access to advanced computing, semiconductors, secure data environments, and critical digital infrastructure is becoming a matter of national and European interest. At the same time, the security dimensions are intensifying. AI-driven cyber threats are becoming faster, more adaptive, and more difficult to counter. This means that frontier technologies must be accompanied by frontier resilience. Slovakia is therefore investing not only in innovation policy, but also in cybersecurity capability, early detection, and better preparedness across public administration. Our experience shows that awareness alone is not enough. We need active prevention, information sharing, and modern capabilities that help us protect institutions, infrastructure, and of course, citizens. In frontier technologies, trust is not a soft value, it is a strategic asset. Another key element of our approach is talent. No frontier technology strategy can succeed without people. We need scientists, engineers, data specialists, technicians, entrepreneurs, and civil servants who understand how these technologies work and how they can be deployed responsibly. That means we must invest systematically in education, reskilling, research excellence, and stronger link between academia and industry. We also need to make sure that talented people can see a future in Slovakia. That means attractive research environments, opportunities for startups and scale-ups, better access to capital, and a public sector that is open to innovation. Public sector that is open to innovation. It also means building partnership with leading European and international institutions so that our talent can thrive in networks, not only in silos. This is where the broader innovation strategy of Slovakia comes into focus. We see innovation as a whole of government and whole of economy agenda. It is not limited to one ministry or to one sector. It requires coordination between digital policy, education, industry, research, finance, and of course regional development. It requires support for startups and technology transfer. And importantly, it requires a public sector that leads by example. If governments want businesses and citizens to trust frontier technologies, governments must show that these technologies can improve public services. Whether in administration, healthcare, transport, energy management, or smart city systems, the state should be a demonstrator of responsible innovation. That is how trust is built in practice. Ladies and gentlemen, Slovakia's message on frontier technologies is straightforward. We do not see innovation and regulation as opposites. We do not see technological ambition and European values as competing priorities. And we do not see frontier technologies as something that should benefit only a few large players. Our vision is to build a modern innovation ecosystem where frontier technologies contribute to competitiveness, sovereignty, resilience, and social benefit. We want to cooperate with partners who share that vision. We want to work with countries, companies, universities, and institutions that understand that the next technological era will reward those who can combine creativity with execution, speed with responsibility, and scale with trust. Europe has a chance to lead in the technologies that will define the next generation of industry and public life. But this will require more than strategy documents. It will require implementation. It will require investment. It will require coordination. And it will require political courage. Slovakia is ready to play its part. We are ready to contribute ideas, pilots, partnerships, and practical solutions. We are ready to help shape a European approach to frontier technologies that is competitive, human-centric, and grounded in a real-world ecosystem deployment. And we are ready to ensure that our national innovation strategy is not only ambition on paper, but effective in practice. Let me close with a simple thought. Frontier technologies are not just about the future of machines. They are about the future of societies. They will determine how we produce, how we govern, how we learn, how we defend ourselves, and how we create value. Our task is to ensure that this future is open, secure, innovative, and fair. Thank you very much.